Coffee with Colby. I know it's been a little while since we've been together. Certainly, most of you know the last couple of weeks, Colby and I have been a little under the weather, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. We've caught this stinking coronavirus bug thingy, whatever it is, and
Right.
I can, definitively, I guess, say it's real.
Yeah, good night.
It's not fun,
First-hand experience.
but we're okay. And you look well, KT.
Well, thank you.
Mhm.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I certainly did not feel too well, especially early on, man.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people have asked, like, well, how was it for you and stuff?
Mhm.
And, people were saying, like, it's like a little bit of sinuses and stuff. And it's like, man, I was laying in my bed for 5 days with a fever and a headache. So
Yeah.
it's not been fun for me. I'm sure it wasn't fun for you either.
No, mine didn't persist as long.
man.
I only ran about 2 days of fever, but
Right.
I slept most of those 2 days. I'll admit to
Sure.
that.
I'm sure.
I didn't do much, but then started to, the body aches, the leg
Those are
aches.
real,
My
huh?
leg ache. My legs
Yeah.
killed me, and I did lose my sense of smell.
Really?
So I did. Did you?
See, I did a little bit. And with that, I guess, part of my taste buds for a few days there.
Yeah.
I don't even know that my sense of smell has fully come back yet, honestly.
I think mine has.
I smell some things.
My tail was my mother's. We're living with my mother.
Mhm.
She's in a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom house, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, and with the 8 of us and my mom, that makes 9. It's pretty crowded. And her 2 baths get a good workout. And even though we try to tell my kids don't take too many showers, normally it's the other way around, but now we're telling because she has a septic system,
Mm-hmm.
and it's one of those aerator above ground clear water sprinkler systems.
Sure.
And if that system doesn't get to sit as long as it needs to every day, to process, the sewage,
Right.
it comes out pretty strong. You can smell the unpleasant smell. And so I first realized my sense of smell was gone because we were sitting outside and the sprinkler came on and all my kids started holding those. Oh, that's so bad. And it had been that bad the week before. It's not bad for a day or two, better for a day or two. Kind of some days worse than others. But anyway, the kids all ran inside holding those, and I'm like, nothing. And about 5 days later, I was back out on the porch after I started feeling better, and
There it is.
Oh yeah, there it is. So I could definitely tell how my sense of smell went away because.
Man, I'm so sorry.
But overall, I didn't feel. That bad.
Right.
I know, and the thing is, I guess with it hits everybody different. It hit you differently than me.
Absolutely.
I know Miss Cherry.
Yeah. The dicomas.
The dicomas. Yeah. People on our prayer list. They also have come down with it. That everybody's had their, and that's what I see with posting online and the news reports.
Certainly.
That some people obviously get hospitalized. And some, of course, there's a death rate with it as well.
Right.
But we feel blessed.
Absolutely.
I feel blessed. Feel blessed for our
Absolutely.
church and.
Yes.
Looking forward to putting it behind us,
Mhm.
but also knowing in the current midst, still stay safe. And
For sure.
we want to
Absolutely.
stay safe. So if you need to stay home for Sunday worship services, we totally get it because we didn't think it was fun.
No.
At the same time, if you want to come to worship, we're here.
Yeah.
You're going to be here this Sunday.
I will.
And we'll both be here together. And
Yeah.
if you don't want to shake our hands, we're not offended in the least.
I want to get a hug from everyone. So.
Want to do the elbow thing or just wave or
Oh yeah.
and a few more people were wearing masks last Sunday, and
Right.
so don't feel self-conscious about that.
Absolutely.
I realize not everybody does or has, and
Yeah.
out shopping, not everybody does.
Well, even today when we went to eat lunch,
Yeah, we're about the only ones in the
we
restaurant.
both put our mask on to walk in a restaurant, and we got some looks. So,
We took them off to eat, but we were
Right,
ate
yeah.
outside on the patio. But,
I tried, but it just made a mess. So, anyway,
But we understand whatever precautions you want to take, and
Absolutely.
we will support you and respect them. And so,
yeah.
but I'm going to be there. You're going to be there. We're actually starting a new sermon series,
Yes, we are.
which we've been working on, and the video, I guess, is
It's up. Yeah.
up, and
I
maybe
think
tacked on to the
hopefully
end of
we'll
this.
link it or
Yeah.
put it at the end or something. Yeah.
So
I think you did good with the voiceover. That was good stuff, man.
See, all these things I didn't know that skills that I needed
Yeah.
whenever I was going to
Hey,
college. Like, you're going to need to be a
Lord
voiceover.
Lord willing, you won't need it anytime soon, but go ahead and update that resume just for later on in case you forget, man. In case you ever need it again.
Extensive voiceover work.
There you go.
But
What's the title of this?
it is called My People. And
Wait, is this like your people? Am I your people? I hope.
You're my people.
Okay,
KT.
good. Yeah.
You like to play board games.
There you go.
No, it is how whenever God looks at us, and really, by extension, all of us,
Absolutely.
and the whole world, that He sees His people. He calls, and specifically in the Old Testament, think about the Israelites and the Jews. He called them in many places my people, and famously. And those of you watching this may get the reference. Charlton Heston said, "Let my people go."
Right.
But so we're going to be in the story of Moses quite a bit,
I
actually.
did not get it.
Come on, KT. It's a wonderful 3 hours of your life spent watching, the Ten Commandments.
I'm sure it was on at some point. It got flipped over to there instead of The Price is Right. So I'm sure something like that happened, and I got bits and pieces.
Oh goodness.
Reruns.
Dude,
I'm excited for it.
I mean, and it, the way it came into being is the 4th of July was coming up, and I was thinking about freedom. I also wanted to preach a sermon about my baptism, which I did last week. But then kind of the freedom we have in Christ. And we'll get to that in another series. Maybe it might intermingle some, but it just kind of morphed into, well, how do we have that freedom? And that question is, well, because we're God's people. And just that notion of He calls us His people. He says, those are my people.
Absolutely.
They're mine. I'm going to protect them, watch over them, care for them. In the case of Pharaoh, I'm not going to let others do injustice and harm.
Absolutely.
And of course, Satan by extension. So,
Right.
Anyway, I'm preaching. You should
You're
stop
preaching,
me.
man. I like that. I'm gonna let you roll. It's good stuff. I honestly, I'm excited. Something we talked about with making that short little video and everything is people that may not view themselves as God's people. And that aspect of He calls them as well, and in a lot of ways, He calls them through us as His people and His people that follow Christ and God. And that part to me is very exciting.
Yeah, because I think that's an issue across the board, Christians and non-Christians. None of us feel like we're good enough.
Absolutely.
I don't. And I became a preacher. Still don't feel good enough.
Right. Yeah.
It's not about feeling good enough because we don't feel good enough, as far as, there's always that lingering, I could do more, I could be better.
Sure.
But even in that midst, it's not I sure cross my fingers and hope that one day, I can. I've heard many prayers along the lines of, and we hope that one day we'll be found worthy and spend eternity with you in heaven, as if not today, but maybe one day. And it's like, no, today.
Yes.
God looks at us and says,
absolutely,
my people, my children, those are those who belong to me.
Right.
And that's the Christ. Nothing like we do, I do, you do. That's
no matter how hard we try.
Yeah. So
absolutely, man.
I struggle with that. I know many others struggle with that, as far as embracing truly being a child of God and just letting everything else fall away. Definitely. It releases of our cares. It sets us free. And it's kind of how it all morphed together.
Interesting how that works.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, part of this, I think if you haven't heard yet, we've officially, I would say, more postponed than canceled Kids Camp. This year, we're just not going to be able to have it due to the current circumstances. And I'm really looking forward to next year.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways, we've kind of got a head start for it. And I'm praying that everything will be perfectly cleared up and that we can have the full week if possible and get everybody involved. But, part of this time of, I guess, uncertainty and not really knowing when everything will open back up fully is, we're really trying to find ways to connect with people, right?
We are, and find ways to,
Yeah,
as ministers, help the church connect with each other.
exactly. So,
And this is part of that.
yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
just doing this today for y'all.
sure.
I mean, I don't know how much you're just enthralled by our conversation, but we like talking, and we hope that we can just
Right.
have a casual relationship building
Ministers
up.
who like talking. Who would have thunk?
Oh, yeah. But we want to do things that build up, obviously, our connection to the whole church, but obviously the church to each other. And man, that's hard when we can't meet together.
Very.
And we're only limited to maybe one day a week, and even that, some are still at home and some are in person. So that was the ice machine.
That was the ice machine. You might have noticed the flickering light too. I think our building's haunted. Just kidding.
Haunted with the Holy Spirit.
There you go. The Holy Ghost. For those King James.
It's
folks
getting
out
late.
there.
You don't know how late
Yeah,
it is. I need this coffee.
Whew. Anyway, but part of that, I think, one thing we've talked about is the difficulty it is to really feel connected. At least on our end to everyone else. Everybody gets to see these videos, which is awesome, and I hope that you're blessed by these things. But we would love to hear from you, actually, and I think maybe one way we could do that is, if y'all have something that you'd like to talk to us about, or maybe questions like that you'd like to ask us, or anything like that, we'd love to hear from you. You can go to our website, winnsboro.church, or I think most of you probably have our numbers at this point, huh?
Yeah. If you don't, make sure and call the office and get mine. I'll
Absolutely.
gladly share it with everybody, and it's in the directory.
Yes.
That's the app on the phone. But
You got a picture in there now.
I got a picture in there now. I'm not just faceless. But progressing each successive step,
Right.
to being more real and more
Absolutely.
here. But yeah, we want to hear how we can help.
Absolutely.
Maybe connect everybody. So if you got ideas or things that, obviously, I've had many ideas that haven't quite succeeded because of this coronavirus stuff. I mean,
Right.
what's a big idea? Oh yeah, we can't do that. What about no, can't do that either.
Man makes plans and God laughs.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, we've kind of been brainstorming this past week together. That's what we spent a lot of our time doing, as far as how can we help to provide, what the body needs from the ministers. I mean, our job is to serve the church,
Certainly.
different capacities, but what we got into ministry is to serve the church, and so we've been racking our brains and talking and discussing, and
We got a few ideas coming up.
we really do, as far as things we can do now, even in this
Yeah.
weird, strange, and we have been obviously with stuff like this, but we got more in the pipeline coming down. So,
Certainly.
but if you have ideas or thoughts, or say, man, I really could use fill in the blank, please let us know, because
Absolutely.
we partially know what we're doing.
I heard it put this way recently, I think that the church for a long time has been good about, bringing people in and bringing people together and everything. And we got really good at doing that in person. And now all of that's kind of been taken away in a lot of ways. And so it's not that we don't know how to do those things. It's we're learning them in a new environment.
That's right.
And hopefully these are things that will stay for a while. Hopefully these are things that we can continue and that can be aids to us even once we have more in-person gatherings and things like that.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
learn from this, move forward, get better at
Absolutely.
serving each other.
Absolutely.
So-
Maybe get better at producing these videos. Who knows? Maybe it wasn't the best idea to set up next to the ice machine, but here we are.
So the crosses in the
Oh,
background,
don't get
but
cross with me. Been saving
so
that
now
one.
we got a flickering light and a humming
Oh,
ice
goodness.
machine. So
We're doing the best we can. Oh man. Well, Colby, thank you again for joining me. You actually drove in today and everything. Y'all are closing pretty soon, aren't you?
we are Wednesday, so just
Yeah.
a few days away. We'll close on the house.
awesome,
we're not
man.
taking possession of it at closing. We gave them a 20-day because that's what they request, and what they requested to be able to. The lady that's moving out, she's little bit elderly. She's moving down by Houston by her son, and I guess maybe they needed some of the capital from the sale before they could,
Right.
get her moved into her new place down there. So there's we agreed to a 20-day kind of buffer window,
Right.
which is fine, but we're ready to be here. We
Yeah.
are ready to
Certainly.
quit all this driving and
Right.
be here together in person and give my mom's septic system a break,
Certainly.
and
Well, I think I've said it before many, many weeks ago. I think I speak for everybody that we're certainly ready for y'all to be here and be here fully.
yeah,
we're
we are too.
excited.
We are too, and so it's close.
It is. It is.
If you want to say a prayer that the closing goes well, I would
Absolutely.
appreciate it, and that the intervening couple of weeks until we actually moved in, that that it's smooth, and house buying is. I've only done it one other time, but
Right. It's fun, I'm sure.
yeah, a little bit stressful.
Yeah.
That you try to plan for the knowns, but there's always unknowns. It's like
Right.
I can hope and anticipate, smooth sailing, but homeownership is never smooth.
Right.
There's house always comes up with an issue to deal with.
That's
And
true.
Homeowner, or renting or whatever, either one.
Yeah.
No house is without issues, but I'm hoping
Certainly.
that the one we got, the issues are workable, handleable,
Absolutely.
and that it'll be okay.
Yeah.
That's I tell other people that God's got this, you'll be okay. So occasionally, I need to hear
Yeah,
it.
absolutely,
God's got
man.
this, Colby. You'll be okay.
I'll get used to saying that.
All right, I
God's
need
got
it.
this.
Believe me, I need it.
Saying it to you, I say it plenty. But. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Whether you're watching this on Saturday morning or Saturday evening or even Sunday morning before worship, we are thankful that you joined us. And like we said, we'd love to hear from you. So however you can get in touch with us, we'd love to hear how you're doing and any thoughts maybe that you have or anything that we can help you with at all. We'd love to do our best to do that. So, yeah, we'll see you Sunday, Lord willing.